Okay, so this is super random, but I want to talk about how The Wiz is really a horror movie. Now, don't get me wrong, this is really one of my favorite classic movies. If you haven't seen it, then who really are you as a person? Like, come on. But anyway, so I watched it recently, and quite honestly, I was like, I remember being terrified watching it. I was terrified, yet I was so entertained and so intrigued that somehow I just let the horror slide. Like, I just let it roll off my shoulders. This probably gonna be more than one part, but let's get into it. So the movie started off light, right? You know what I'm saying? The family getting together, they singing. Dorothy go in the kitchen and sing her little sad song. She 24 and ain't never been south of 125th Street. Then boom, the blizzard come and scoop Toto and Dorothy and take them to this scary ass place right here, the land of the graffiti. Now listen, if graffiti people started flaking and peeling off the wall coming towards me, I would literally pass away from a heart attack before they could even make it to me. It's absolutely horrific. And the messed up part about it is that they actually manipulated Dorothy and me, because after traumatizing us, they entertained us thoroughly and made us think that everything was okay. It wasn't. Because then you got this scene right here. I mean, just look at these crows. Part 2 of how The Wiz is really a horror movie. Back to these crows. I mean, just look at them. The beaks, the fingers, just scary for no reason. Now, after these crows degrade Michael Jackson and tell him that he can't win, then you have more trauma and more manipulation, because you end up here with the Tin Man. Now, even though I'm sitting here talking noise, this was honestly one of my favorite scenes in the movie because Nip broke it on down. If you know, you know. But why they had to have these faces coming alive in the nighttime though? Like, come on, just scaring people for no reason at this point. Then gonna top it off with these demonic prehistoric Muppets right behind him while he just tap dancing away like it's not the devil's minions right behind him ready to eat him. No, I'm just playing. They wasn't gonna do that, but I mean, it looked like it. I zoomed in so y'all could see that I'm not lying. Then they come up on the lion. The only thing that was scary about this scene, in my opinion, was them eyes right there moving around in that statue. Like, they was wrong for that, period. Now, after this scene, they got the lion with them, and they skipped to Malou right into a haunted subway. First off, who was this scary ass man right here? Always walk around with that little doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo sound. And what was these things right here, the little orange? Literally decided to add this recording because, as you will see, my hairstyle and everything gonna change in the next clip. But I just had to say, these things right here, when they started to grow and gyrate all over the damn place with that little boing, 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 that little sound, the fear that has followed me into adulthood is ridiculous. Like, I don't know how much they could have did with them arts and crafts, paper mache hands, but they were scary as hell though. Look at how scared they is. Look. And this moose looking mystery sicked him on my people. He was like, go get him. Tin Man got snuck by some literal live wire. Michael Jackson almost get ate up by some garbage cans because he want to take too long to read. And Dorothy almost got ate up by some walls. Look, I don't know about y'all, and I really don't know how the walls was going to eat her with no arms, but if a piece of your wall start breaking off and walking towards you, trying to break you off, what I say in part 1, cause a heart attack. Just when you think it's over, they go to hoe hell. That's not really what it is, but at first you kind of like, oh snap, it's some hoes in this house. But no, these was some trifling hoes, because they DRGGED my people and put them on a slide of ecstasy. Like, dang, they just left Satan's subway. Now this, oh, we just left whole hell, right? And this is right after they done left Satan's subway. Fast forward a little bit, they manipulate you yet again with the most amazing scene of singing and dancing that you will ever see to distract you from what you just experienced. The doggone color scene. Side note, I think my favorite song was the red song, because that girl came on there. She said, ooh, I wouldn't be caught dead. Then the girl, she topped it off. She said, and if I'm caught at all, they'd catch me in dead red. Yes, ma'am, period. Anyways, though, as glorious as that song was, I bet y'all didn't peep this little scary part right here. Y'all might not have thought this was scary, but this was a walking, talking microphone named Mike. And he'll scream at you too. He actually did that to Dorothy when she said, hell no, I ain't going in there without my friends. But anyways, though, again, they get to the Wiz. Just look at it. Just here's why. Now, like, in hindsight, I'm not as scared of it because it's just, you know, a giant Richard Pryor head. But as a kid, I'm like, whoa, y'all wildin' with this. I mean, fire come out his mouth and this is crazy music playing in the background and all 5 of us just looking at this Wiz head in terror. It's only 4 characters, but you gotta add me because, baby, I was scared. Now, before I get to this next part, because it's a lot to digest, just look at this. That's them flying monkeys. Don't they just look like they stink? So we left off with the flying monkeys, right? Just scary. They, along with all the other scary characters, worked for this lady right here, Eveline. Now, Mabel King was a beautiful woman, but they made this character as scary and ugly as possible. I mean, just look at her. You don't want to bring her no bad news. Now, a funny yet scary thing that happened to Eveline, she had got mad and tried to take Dorothy's slippers, right? But the power was so strong that it bent her fingers back. Like this. That's them gnarled fingers that Cat Williams was talking about. Anyways, though, she was getting extra mad because Dorothy was not giving up them slippers. So she decided that she was going to try to flat iron my boy Tin Man. They cut Michael Jackson in half. Like, he need that pelvis. They strung my boy Fleetwood up like a hog. And they was going to put some sauerkraut on my boy Toto. You know why? You know why? Because he was gonna be a hot dog. This scene was not made for kids, and it ain't nothing that nobody can ever tell me. Anyways, Dorothy gets smart and she starts melting the witch, right, Eveline. But really, she not melting. She just starts to get flushed down a big giant evil devil toilet. I don't know what to call it, but it was quite frightening to see her get folded up like that. So we're done with frightening scary, and now we're about to enter a different type of scary, right? It's like a what the hell y'all about to do up in here type of scary. Like I said, we done with the scary, frightening part of it, but this was a different type of scary that we was about to enter into. When I tell y'all, these folks started peeling their skin suits, and it was this intense, you know, very intense music playing in the background. It was relatively sexy. And as a kid, I was like just so weirded out because y'all peeling y'all skins back and y'all doing it. Like, I don't know if I need to close my eyes or not because y'all get naked. Now, as an adult, I know that they was just, you know, very happy to be free. It felt good to be out them skin suits. But as a kid, I'm looking at this face like, I need to close my eyes. Then boom, I guess you could say they manipulated you yet again because they end the movie with a much needed therapy session of singing and dancing yet again. Y'all, this was a beautiful scene. These were some very talented, very skilled black dancers. They was all like, can't you feel a brand new day? And I'm like, yes, I can feel so much brand new emotional damage, but let's watch it again. Honorable mention to these little taxi cab things. Boy, they were so rude, but they were scared of me because, like, is anybody even inside of those? And this one's scary, but this hotel that they was at, baby, I always thought this room was so lit. Like, come, let me get a room, 2 beds, please. Thank you.